Hey up, it's 3:38 a.m. I can't sleep. I cannot sleep thinking about game. I've tried to distract myself. Gone and done big shop this afternoon. I've watched a film tonight. I've been washing pots. I've even been watching some Vietnamese scaffolders with no health and safety, trying to distract myself. Lads them, aren't they? Gordon Bennett. But that is still not taking my mind off the game. I just kind of wondering what team he's going to put out. I think we know what team they're going to put out, don't we? But what team's Dad and Mo going to put out? I'm going to go with the same team as last match. I'm going to mix things up a bit, and there's a few things that I'm confident we can get a win. But Barnsley have done us twice this season, and the way they play does put me about a bit, and I'm thinking about that midfield. That's going to be the key area for this game, and I'm just wondering what he's going to do in there. I mean, Barnsley's team, we more or less know it'll be Isted in goal, and back three will be Thomas, Anderson and Kitching. Midfield, Williams, Phillips, Connell, Kane, Cadden. Devante Cole up front, Tedic probably. I mean, there's an argument that they could put Norwood in there, or maybe they'll keep him as a super sub like he did in first game, but more or less, with possible one change, perhaps two, we more or less know Barnsley lineup. But Wednesday lineup, I don't know, does he go with the same thing again? Does he put Volks in there in midfield? Does he put him in there with Palmer? Does Palmer stay in there? Do we make changes at back? Yeah. So I've got a rough idea in my head what I think it's going to be. But like I said, it's just that midfield I do worry. Because the way they play, they're quite high up the pitch, but they'll let us have that initial ball. And because Wednesday have played it out from back so much this season, I think they'll let us have it out. I think they'll let Dawson roll it out, but as soon as that ball goes into midfield, into Bannon or whoever, they're in like a rash. They've done it in both games we've played already this season. Phillips, Connell, who has impressed me, and Kane. They'll let you have ball at back, and as soon as you try and play that ball into midfield, they're in like a rash, and then they'll just pop it over the top. They'll try and draw your set of halves out and then just flip it in behind, and it does concern me. Wednesday, I think he'll be saying back three. I don't think they'll put Flint in, because I don't think they'll want to risk that flip ball in behind and him getting spun for pace with Cole and Tedic. So I think Heck will stay at centre half. I think we'll keep Iofa for that recovery pace, and I think James will stay in there. But that shape, that midfield shape, will we keep Windass in there? I mean, Johnson and Patterson will definitely be full backs. We know Bannon's going to play in there. I think back three will be the same. But it's just in that central area there, isn't it? We know Bannon's going to be one of them. Will Palmer be the other one? Maybe they'll put Patterson as a three. Could Volks go in there? Match him up, 3 versus 3, right across the middle of the park? Or will we keep Windass in there in that sort of slightly advanced position behind him? I mean, it might suit us to keep Windass up there because it gives us that option, doesn't it, in behind their midfield. It gives them opportunities for us to slip them little ball through gap or flip one on. But that's if Palmer and Bannon, if it is them two, are quick on ball. It's if our defenders can play ball out really quick into them two and give them enough time before they get in squeezed to maybe have one touch and get it moved on. Problem is, of course, that means when they've got ball, if you do that, unless you're asking Windass to drop right in and become a sort of proper central midfielder, you risk being outnumbered in there, don't you? 3 against 2, Bannon and Palmer picking up Kane and Phillips, and Connell, well, could be other ones if they move it around a bit, could just give him that space. them that space, and then they can get passing going, can't they? So they'll be in like a rash on those two players, closing us down quick, and as soon as they've got ball, very quick turn round, getting wide players in, fullbacks, and balls in for strikers or over the top for them to chase after and try and spin us. I mean, to that end, does Volks go in there? Do you know what I mean? Then it gives you that 3-on-3. Maybe we can stop them playing ball forward so quick. Just gives us that sort of defensive cover right across back line, stop them picking them passes through to strikers. So Bannon, Volks, Palmer, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, the other side of it is, do you put Windass in there and you'd really try and go for it and almost bypass midfield? I mean, it's something in it. We have shown this season that we can be more direct. We showed that against Peterborough, that we can be more direct when we need to. It doesn't have to be nice little intricate football through midfield. Maybe we can just get it out wide, just sling crosses in. Maybe we can go to more direct with Windass playing up there, or do you put Volks in there, just give you that protection? I mean, the other thing is, we started last match with all four of our strikers on pitch. Anyone who can play up front were on park. Patterson were playing at right wing back, Windass were playing in all, Gregory and Smith up front. That's all four of our striking options. A huge draining game against Peterborough, 120 minute. Do you save an option for bench? Do you save Gregory as a super sub to come on and when things are tight at the end of the game and folks are tired in and getting cramp and everything, do you save him for then? Or do you go all out from beginning and try and get a lead? There's so much to think about. I'm glad I'm not Darren Moore. I mean, we all said, don't we? Oh, I won't mind a crack at that. I'd pick a decency, but you wouldn't really want it. The stress. I mean, I'm up, it's 10-4 now. I'm up, worrying about it, and it's not doing me other than watching it. I've got to stop thinking about it. I've got to stop thinking. I've got to go to bed. Long day ahead, but key area, that midfield. Do we go for that shape? Well, we've got Windass at the sort of prong of the three midfield, try and really turn them round quick. Do we put Volks in there and make it a 3v3, make it a battle? Young legs they've got in there, no. Young legs. Tricky. Very tricky. I think we've got to go out, whoever the 11 is, we've got to go out and give it that same attitude that we had at Peterborough. That it almost doesn't matter who they are. We've got to throw out, to an extent, the two previous games against them that they won. All we've got to do is find a way of winning, and it don't have to be pretty. It don't have to be nice football. It's just about winning the game. Might be that we have to completely bypass midfield. Maybe that's the case. Maybe we just bypass it altogether. It's hard for them to put a press on us in midfield if we don't go through midfield, is it? Get it out wide, use Marvin, use Pato, maybe flip it in over the top. Windass, Volks, there's arguments both ways. Like I said, I won't want to be Darren Moore because it's giving me sleepless nights and that pressure's not on my shoulders. But as long as they go out there, whatever team's picked, and they all give 100%, if they all absolutely run themselves into the ground, blood, sweat and tears, and give absolutely everything, they've got enough to beat these. They really have. It's bloody coming light now. What are we on? 10-5. Can't sleep. Just keep thinking about that. Keep thinking about it. But do you know what? Whether we play Windass as an attacking midfielder behind front two, or whether we play Volks in a sitting position in front of back three, or whether, as real my mind, George Byers makes a miraculous comeback. Surely not. Even Hollywood scriptwriters couldn't come up with a script like that, could they? Whatever happens, whatever that team, that 11, and all players on bench who at subs, they can go out there and get us a result. I know they can. They've proved that this season. 96 points. The miracle of Hillsborough of the week. We can beat anybody, whoever's on park. As long as we go out there and get 100%. Big occasion, packed stadium, the world watching. Embrace that. Embrace that, because tell you what, it might be the biggest game you ever play. Don't leave out in dressing room. Go out 100%, and you will be backed. We'll all get behind you 100% if you get out there and give it absolutely everything you've got. Use the occasion to power you on, to push you to victory. You can do it. I tell you what, enjoy it. You've got to enjoy it. Enjoy these moments, because you never know when they're going to come again, do you? And enjoy them, because, well, there are worse jobs in the world, aren't there?